friends, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at some rhyming words, and we're going to be doing that with a wonderful story called Rooney Roo. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be listening to our story together, and at the end of each page we'll pause, find the rhyming pairs, and then keep going. So if you remember, friends, rhyming words are words that have the same middle and ending sound. For example, the word cat rhymes with the word mat because they both end in the sounds at. At, at, both end in at. Can you think of another word that ends in at and would rhyme with cat and mat? That's awesome. I was thinking of the word bat, but at also ends in at, just like cat and mat. That makes them rhyming words. So as we listen to our story today, I want you to be thinking about what sounds you hear in the middle and at the end of these words so we can figure out where our rhyming pairs are. Let's get started.
Rooney Roo by Barbara DeRobertis, illustrated by Eva Vagretti Cockrill. Look at little Rooney Roo. He's such a busy kangaroo. For Rooney Roo can read. It's true. He is a reading kangaroo.
Okay, so here at the end of our first page, I heard some rhyming words that end in oo. Remember when we're looking at writing that's put out like this, where it's in stanzas or little sections? We're going to look at the very end of the line to find our rhyming words. So our first rhyming word here is roo. If we go down 2 lines, we'll find its rhyming pair, kangaroo. Both these words end in oo. If we look at our second stanza, we see the word true, and 2 lines later we see kangaroo. True and kangaroo both end in oo, which makes them rhyming pairs. So our rhyming pairs on our first page are roo, kangaroo, true, kangaroo. Let's keep going.
Every morning Mama Roo says, "Find a friend to play with you." Then Rooney frowns. He has a look that says, "I'd rather read a book."
So here on this page, friends, in our first stanza, we have the rhyming word roo, and 2 lines later we have its rhyming pair, you. Roo and you both end in oo, which makes them rhyming words. In our second stanza, we have the word look, and then 2 lines later, its rhyming pair is book. Look and book both end in the sound ook. Can you say the words look, book? Wonderful. Since both those words end in ook, that means that they rhyme.
At noon his mama calls, "Yoo-hoo, where is my little kangaroo?" She sees that he is by the brook, where he is looking at a book.
So at the end of this page, friend, we have our first stanza. Our rhyming pair here is who and kangaroo. Again, we have that oo rhyming pattern. We've heard that a couple times in our story already with words like you and roo. Now we have who and kangaroo. Both these words still end in oo, and so that makes them a rhyming pair. In our second stanza, we have the word brook and the word book. Brook and book both end in ook, which makes them a rhyming pair. Incidentally, this also rhymes with what we heard on the last page, look. That word also ends in ook, which means it rhymes as well. So on this page, our rhyming words are who, kangaroo, and brook, book.
And when the moon is in the sky, Rooney's mama says, "Oh, my. Put down your book, it's time for bed. Put down your book, put down your head."
So on this page, friends, we have our stanzas are kind of split over here. So let's look at this one first. And when the moon is in the sky, there's our first rhyming word, sky. Rooney's mama says, "Oh, my." There is our rhyming pair, sky, my. Both those words end in the sound I. Sk, I, and I both end in I, which makes them a rhyming pair. Now let's look over here. Put down your book, it's time for bed. There's our first rhyming word, bed. Put down your book, put down your head. And we find the rhyming pair, bed, head. Both these words end in the sounds ed, which makes them a rhyming pair.
Soon Mama Roo begins to snooze. Then Rooney grins. What shall I choose? Fairy tales, history, poetry, mystery.
Alrighty, so on this page, we see soon Mama Roo begins to snooze. At the end of that line, remember our rhyming words always come at the end of the line. The end of that line says snooze. What do we think snooze means? Based on our picture here, what is Mama Roo doing? What might snooze mean? Very good. Snooze means to fall asleep, right? So Mama Roo is falling asleep over here. She is taking a snooze. Then Rooney grins. What shall I choose? Our rhyming pair here is snooze, choose. Both these words end in the sound ooze, snooze, and ch-ooze. If you notice, friends, they're also spelled differently. So at the end of snooze, we see O-O-Z-E. At the end of choose, we see O-O-S-E. But they're still making the same sounds, right? Ooze. So just because something is spelled differently doesn't mean that it's not a rhyming word. In our second stanza, we have fairy tales, history, poetry, or mystery. Our rhyming pair here is history, mystery. Both of these words end in istory. All we've really done is change the beginning sound. Istory and istory have many of the same sounds, and they are our second rhyming pair.
The next day, Mama says, Today you must go out and play. The woods are full of other roos, and bandicoots and cockatoos. I'm proud that you're a reading Roo, but I'd like you to make friends too.
So on this page we have 3 stanzas. Our first stanza says, the next day Mama says, today. That is our first rhyming word, today. Today you must go out and play. There's its rhyming pair, today, play. Both those words end in the sound A. The woods are full of other roos. That's our first rhyming word, roos. And bandicoots and cockatoos. There's our rhyming pair, cockatoos. Cockatoos and roos both end in the sound ooze. That makes them a rhyming pair. And on our last stanza it says, I'm proud that you're a reading Roo. That's our first rhyming word, Roo. But I'd like you to make friends too. And there's our rhyming pair, two. Roo and two both end in oo, which makes them a rhyming pair.
As Rooney hops, he hears a hoot. It sounds like Randy Bandicoot. Randy's in a droopy mood. He's cooked a pot of goopy food. I goofed, he cries. What can I do? My soup is goop. Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo!
Alrighty, so on that page, friends, let's go back here just a second. Over here we have, as Rooney hops, he hears a hoot. That's our first rhyming word, hoot. It sounds like Randy Bandicoot. So hoot and bandicoot is our first rhyming pair. They both end in the sounds oot. On our next page it says, Randy's in a droopy mood. That's our first rhyming word, mood. He's cooked a pot of goopy food. And there's our rhyming pair, food. Mood and food both end in the sounds ood. At the bottom it says, I goofed, he cried. What can I do? That's our first rhyming word, do. My soup is goop. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. And that's our second rhyming word, who. So do and who both end in the sounds oo, which makes them a rhyming pair. Let's keep going.
Rooney says, I have a book for cooks. Let's take a look. But first you must dump out this goop. Then we can make a super soup. Rooney reads the cooking book. Randy listens as he cooks.
So over here, friends, we have Rooney says, I have a book. That's our first rhyming pair, book. A book for cooks. Let's take a look. That's our other rhyming pair, book and look. Both end in ook. Then in the next stanza, we have the rhyming words goop, soup. Both those words end in oop. And in our third stanza, we have book and cook again.
Soon the food tastes very good. Rooney grins. I knew it would. So when you're in the mood to cook, please come and get my cooking book.
So on this page, friends, we have the rhyming words good, would. Go ahead and say those words. Good, would. And on our next page, we have again, cook, book.
Now Rooney hops below the trees. Then Rooney stops. He hears a sneeze. Another sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! It's sneezing Cookie Cockatoo.
So here we have some new rhyming pairs. We have the rhyming pair trees, sneeze. Both of those words end in ease. And on our next page, we have chew, cockatoo. Chew and cockatoo both end in oo.
She wipes her eyes, she blows her nose, she shivers from her head to toes. Excuse me, please, says Rooney Roo, but I can be of help to you. Rooney says, I have this book. It's just for birds. Let's take a look.
So on this page, Rooney's being very helpful to his cockatoo friend. And we also have some wonderful rhyming pairs. We have nose, toes. Both those words end in O's. We have roo, you. Both those words end in oo. And we have book, look. Both of those words end in ook.
Cookie coughs. She then swoops down to see what Rooney Roo has found. I think that you have got the flu, says Rooney Roo. Here's what to do.
So here Rooney is helping his friend. We have an almost rhyme, down, found. Found does have an extra sound at the end of it, that d, but they do have the same middle sound, own. And over here we have flew, do. Flew and do are rhyming words because they both end in oo.
Drink lots of water from this pool, then cover up if you feel cool. Get lots of rest each afternoon, and you will feel much better soon. Thanks, says Cookie Cockatoo. Toodaloo, says Rooney Roo.
So here, friends, we have Rooney helping out his cockatoo friend by giving them advice on what to do when they have the flu. We also have some rhyming words. We have pool, cool. Both of those words end in ool. We have afternoon, soon. Both those words end in oon. And we have cockatoo, roo, where both of those words end in oo.
Rooney scoots, he zips and zooms, he bounces, hops, bebops and booms. Rooney calls to Mama, Look, I made a friend with each new book. It's fun to share a book. It's true, I am a friendly reading Roo.
So we have lots of wonderful rhyming words here. Our first stanza is kind of split on this first page, but our rhyming pair is zooms, booms. Both those words end in ooms. And over here we have look, book, and true, roo. I'm not sure what's happening on our last page. It does not seem to be playing, but we'll go ahead and just read this one together. Now Rooney's friends come every day. They read and learn. They laugh and play. We can see the rhyming words day, play, and it looks like Rooney has had a wonderful time making new friends as well. And that is the end of our story. Great reading today, friends. Let's move over to Seesaw and figure out what we're working on today. So for your activity today, we have a code word. Your code word today is going to be Rooney. From our story, you can use your text tool or your writing tool to put that in the code word box. And then you're going to match these pictures to their rhyming pair. So we have the rhyming family at, ip, og, ug, ook, ache, awk, and ing. We also have one picture already set in each box for those word families. A hat for at, a ship for ip, a log for og, a hug for ug, a hook for ook, a rake for ache, a clock for ock, and a ring for ing. All you need to do then is match the rest of these pictures to their word family and their rhyming pair. So we have a lip, sock, cat, dog, cake, king, book, and rug. You're just going to click the picture and drag it to which box it fits in to match the other rhyming word. All right, friends, that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed our story, Rooney Roo. It's one of my favorites. Rock on, my superstars, and I'll see you all next time.